Hello and welcome to this presentation all about websites. You've either found this video via social media or you're a signed up trade partner and you're in the KBB University watching this video. So in this video, we're going to understand business growth without a good website is really next to impossible and how to get yourself started. So let's move on to the presentation. So the purpose of the presentation is I'm going to go through a few things, but one of the things I need you to understand is word of mouth is not enough, and it can be an inhibitor to your success because word of mouth means you're at the center of everything all the time. And there's no systems to take care of anything. So if you want to stay there for the rest of your life, that's fine. But if you want to grow and earn some proper money, a website is going to play a huge part in that because it's a true representation of your business, and it's something that you can't ignore in the digital age. Like I've said, because why website is so important now more than ever. This is the age where everyone goes online for just about everything, and if you're not there, or you are there but in a poor capacity, it's going to be a problem for you moving forward, especially as things things are going to get even more digital as time goes on. We'll go over how much you should budget for a website, how to get started, and how to get free business coaching as well with a website. So an offer pretty much like nothing else out there, which we'll come on to later on in the presentation. So stick with us. So a quick introduction on who I am if you don't know. I'm Aaron Dronsfield. I've been in the construction industry now for 20 years plus. I've had my own business for 10 years plus, and I've built a multi-award winning installation business in the KBB industry, working in retail and contracts. We do quite big contracts as well as retail, and we're a seven-figure business and growing. We do over 1,200 installations of our own each year, so we know a thing or two about where you are right now and where maybe you want to go in the future. So we're perfectly placed to help you get there. And I'm the founder of KBB Supply Services with a vision to change the industry, because I believe that the sole traders and the fitters, which is where I started, the industry is against us. It's monopolized. We know that. And I want to give you guys the opportunity to offer your own end-to-end service through the Trade Partner Program, which is already doing that up and down the country. There's people having great success with it who have got websites with us and all the rest of it. So, this isn't sort of snake oil theory. This is a genuine opportunity to change your life, really. So let's move on. So word of mouth, like I've said, I hear this a lot. We have trade partners signing up all the time, and we have the same conversations over and over and over again. And I don't advertise. I get all my work through word of mouth. And like I've said previously, that's fine if you want to work until you die, or you want to be the one constantly taking the calls and the emails, and you're happy to earn good wages, because good wages is good wages. We can earn a good living, but what we sometimes want, and in the kitchen industry, it's a big lucrative industry. If you're not earning life-changing money, then there's something not right, because there are people in the industry that are. So why can't that be you? And the barriers to get here in the past have always been very high, but as a KBB trade partner, as you may or may not know already, the barriers to all these things that have made life difficult previously, like a design service, having your design software, a designer, all the things that we offer. Now there's people coming to the market in each local area that are building businesses that before just wouldn't have been possible. And then obviously the final point here, if you want to be on the tools forever, because if you're happy taking the calls and one day just retiring and just working and always being the epicenter of everything that goes on in your business, then that's fine. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you, and I speak to a lot of you, so I know this firsthand, that that's not what most of you want. You're in sometimes a rut because that's the way the industry has just been geared against you. So, but it's time to start thinking differently, and hopefully we can start doing that today. So with regards to websites, a great website can give you a lead generator, obviously as long as you're driving traffic towards it, a way to position you and your brand to your ideal customers. So your website is a representation of you. So as long as it's done properly, you'll get the right types of leads. It's a great way for potential customers to get to know who you are before they meet you, using the content properly on your website to introduce yourself and your team and your business. And if you can use videos, that's even better. It's a great barrier to collecting incoming communications. So if the contact forms and the diary booking system on your website is set up properly, you will not get some of the more crap leads, if that makes sense. So that's what we mean by that. And the barrier to communications is, if the website is good enough, it will stop phone calls. So if people are visiting your website and they can book surveys on your website, and there's a lot more functionality to your website, that in itself will cut down the level of communication, like emails and telephone calls, which are inefficient at best, let's face it. So it can be a friction-free way to getting surveys into your diary. Again, that's referring to the booking system that you would normally put on a decent website, where people land there, they see what they like, they can book in straight away for a survey. So a great website, if it's done right, there's lots of benefits, and they're just a few of them. Websites that are very cheap don't generally tick these boxes. So therefore people say, oh, I've tried websites and they don't work. Well, when I look at the websites that they claim don't work, I'm not surprised, because it hasn't been done right to start with. So that's what a great website does. It needs to be great for it to do those things. So just some statistics on websites. So approximately 50% of websites receive 4 to 6 page views per visit. 35% of websites get 7 to 10 page views from each user visit, and only 17% of websites receive less than 3 page views per visit. So the lesson in this is that consumers, and you're probably the same yourself, just think about your own journey. If you're looking at investing in something with a business, you'll have a good dig around their website, won't you? If the website's not deep and there's not much on there, you're going to be on and off it quite quickly and move on to someone that makes you feel more better. We build our trust online these days, so obviously the website plays a huge part. And the reason why people say they don't work is because, well, the website they built is what didn't work. So the lesson is, we need a good deep website with many pages and relevant info on there for potential customers to spend time absorbing this information and building trust with you. So what does it tell us? Customers expect these days a good website experience, but what does it mean to us? Cheap looking websites with very few pages will not take us or our business where we want it to go. And this is assuming that you've got the ambition to grow beyond one job at a time, and word of mouth work and level of income. The website does take a little bit of investment to get it done right, but doing it on the cheap and then claiming it doesn't work is just not a very smart thing. So rule 101 is crap marketing attracts crap customers. That includes your website. And like I've just mentioned a minute ago, where's the place that people will go to find something out about a person or a business? Websites and social media. Of course you would, and your customers are no different. If you get to the website and it looked cheap, out of date and poorly maintained, would you want to spend lots of money with this person? No, of course you wouldn't, and your customers are also no different. So how do we gain trust in the short time we have their attention? Because they're not there for long, and we need to make sure that while they are there, just move my head over here a sec, that we are not squandering the opportunity to build trust with them. So just a few basics, not cheap, good design, but basic, easy to follow layout. Easy to read, flowing and logical, images of your work, video of you in various parts of the site. Maybe not from day one, but you would definitely work towards that. Trustworthy with evidence, reviews. Reviews are worth a lot of money to you. Make sure you're always getting them on different platforms. Image of you, an introduction to your company, your promise to them, what you're going to provide, what your fail safes are, your warranty. Multiple ways to contact you: email, contact form, your phone, your chat, and online booking. Instantaneous booking system to reduce friction and increase confidence. Case studies to showcase your previous jobs. They're critical, by the way. Blogs to position yourself as an expert, also critical, because the case studies and the blogs we would use in the sales process, as you will learn later on. You need these things on your website so you can keep pushing the customer back to these points within the sales process. Badges, just to show that it's got a safe site in any offers or warranties that you've got. A landline, not a mobile number, with the phone answered. Having the phone answered is critical. As a trade partner, if you get to know me in any way and you spend any time in our community, you'll understand the importance I put on having the phone answered. It's not something that can be ignored once you've got a decent website and you're paying for marketing. is critical. A company email, not Gmail, Outlook, all that type of stuff. Maybe using that once you know the customer's fine, but not on your website. So you don't want a mobile number and then a Gmail or Hotmail on your website. It just screams, I'm a one-man band, and that's not what you want the customer thinking, even if it's true. So how much you spend on a website, 500 to £1,000 will get you low-end, hit-and-miss quality. You'll see the difference between 1 and 2,000, but it can still be hit and miss. 2 to 4,000 in that price range will be a lot better. So as a one-off purchase, it's worth the investment to spend more. But the caveat I would put in there is that if you're spending that sort of money, you need to really know what you're doing in terms of the functionality of the website and all the rest of it. And a web developer may not always be the best person to advise you on that. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you've got to look at what works in our industry. It isn't, you've got to understand the way the customer journey flows and what you want people to see, and have made some sales in this industry before to know exactly what pages to put in there and what not to put in there. So getting started on your own, if you're going to do it yourself, source a reputable web developer, get a detailed brief that works in the industry. Like I've said, make sure that the website is relevant to the industry, not just a nice looking website that's could be anything. You want to be speaking to someone who's done a successful kitchen websites. Agree on a site structure, number of pages, agree on the content, agree the timelines, pay your deposit, sign off the project, pay the final balance, and add more content to your website each month. That's if you're starting on your own. If you wanted us to do it for you, so what we've done is we've built a website that cost us, well, it was more than £4,000 actually, but it was in that region. We've built a frame because obviously we've built our own businesses in this industry before, so we know what works. And we've built a £4,000 website that you can get a copy of for £900, and you can even spread that £900 over 12 months, which is obviously next to nothing. So how to get the website? You would email us, marketing@kbbsupplyservices.co.uk to start your website journey. And basically what would happen is you'd pay your deposit, we'd start the build, we'd send you all the forms to fill in, we'll help you with that. You'd sign off your project, basically pay the final $450. Or if you're spreading it over 12 months, obviously you don't pay the $450s, you just start paying over 12 months. What you will then also get is you'll get a support group setting. So this is where the business coaching comes in. More on that in a moment. Then once the website is built, we'll add more content to the website each month, add to your website over time, and it will grow with your business. So as you're doing more jobs, put more case studies on, more reviews will land on there. So over the next 2 to 3 years and beyond, you'll end up with a really, really Rolls Royce, decent looking website. And that will be life-changing for you. It was for me, and there'll be no reason why it won't be for you. And then we'd point any ads or marketing efforts to your website to capture leads and get surveys booked in seamlessly by using the booking system that we would put on your website. So, like I've said, support is on hand. You don't just get a website. What will happen is when we sell websites, we assign people to support groups, and then we get them people together in groups of between 6 and 10, and then we'll meet every 8 weeks for the first 12 months of your journey moving forward. And it really is an opportunity like no other, because I personally coach quite a lot of businesses, and to get this free for a year with your website is an opportunity. Pretty ridiculous, really. And we do follow a proper process to set you up for success. So it's not just a case of turning up and making it up as we go along, which I'll go into in a moment. But the guys that have been through this process already are starting to see some really good results. They get close to me so I can help them in any way that we possibly can. And it is a really good thing. This it's really powerful. So the meetings are like this. So it's meeting 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't pay too much attention to the order that these things are in, but we move people along from obviously starting with your sales process, then we move on to your marketing, and then we move on to organizing your business and then getting you refined. So by the end of year 1, you've got quite an organized business. And this is how the 4 meetings would go. And then year 2, we'll move you into a different structure of support. So it doesn't just end there, but year 1 would look like this. And you'll make sure that you've got a website that you know how to use, and you're competent at running a business at the level that you're at that moment. And this is some of the images of the support groups. As you can see, we go for a beer afterwards sometimes, so everyone enjoys that, obviously. But we meet in Cheshire, so you'll come up to us, and the guys come from all over the country. And we have really good days. Everyone seems to get on really well. You can see some of the comments here that the guys have put, brilliant day, got a lot from it. Thanks, really insightful, inspirational day, all the rest of it. We put a lot of effort into these days, and we've not had any complaints yet. In fact, everyone's always been really, really hyped up, and the results follow as well. People in the group support each other. We have a WhatsApp group. Everyone gels really well, bit of banter, like-minded people doing exactly what you're trying to do, got your same dreams, same ambitions. Everyone's in the same boat together. People from all over the country, and it's really, really good. And it's really making a difference. And something that we teach as well, part of it's a bit of a joke, this, really, but I call it the KBB Holy Trinity. It's a joke, but it's not a joke, because we like to start with the website, then we move on to the sales process, and then we start marketing. The amount of people that have come to us and said, "Oh, well, I've tried websites, they don't work. I'm paying for someone to do my social media and all these things." But when you look at the website and the sales process, if those things aren't there, we shouldn't be doing any marketing. We should be concentrating on getting those things in place first. And then once we've got those things in place, then we can deal with the marketing side of things. And that's why it takes us a good few months to get your website and sales process integrated and train you on how to do it properly, to sell kitchens and build the business that you want. And then we start putting some marketing down into the process. And that's the best way for success. So you've got the cash coming in to fund the marketing. So that's, again, all part of the support group structure, which you'll find really good. We teach the sales process, which is what's in front of you here, 7 steps to the sale. Get attention by the marketing, book the survey, making sure that you're using the proper emailing type software, which we can provide you with all that. So don't worry about that. If you're blown away by any of this detail, don't worry too much. That's what the support groups are for. And people that you think aren't going to do it end up doing it fine. It's not that difficult once you get into it. So then you got to book the survey, do the survey, send the first video. Send the first quote using video. We go through all that, how to send a quick video with each quote and how that increases your conversion rate. Following up properly, making sure that the correct emails are going out to follow up, and you're just following up the quotes properly. Because I bet you've sent quotes out and you've never got back to that customer asking them what they thought. I bet you've done it before. Whereas when you use our systems, it's all done automatically. It all links in with the website. Then you book a design meeting and then get your signature and deposit. And that's basically, once you've got that system mastered and you've got all the bits in place to manage that, you're in a really good place. And that's what the whole support group stuff is about, getting those 3 things boxed off: the website, the sales process, and then the marketing. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it insightful. I hope that it all made sense. If it didn't, email us at marketing@KBB Supply Services. Use the form below this to inquire more. If you're not already a trade partner with us, or you've got a trade account, basically, if you're not already there, use the form below this video to sign up, and then we'll send you your information pack out in the post, and we can discuss all this a lot further with you. But if you are a trade partner, make sure you carry on digging around the KBB University and go and expand your knowledge even further with all the videos that are in there. Okay, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.